Welcome to the reading of Hercufleas. This is chapter 2, and Hercufleas in chapter 1 had been born and crashed and bounced and ricocheted round the house and had decided that his name was going to be Hercufleas. Here's chapter 2. The Fleemily gawped at the little flea, then at each other in amazement. "Hercufleas?" repeated Speck. "Hercufleas?" Fleck echoed. "What sort of name is Hercufleas?" scoffed Burp. Titch, Tittle and Dot shook their heads. "Can't you pick another name? Something a little smaller? Something flea-sized?" But Min told them all to shush. Scooping Hercufleas into her arms, she gave him a gentle nip on his cheek. "I think it's a wonderful name," she told him. All right, Pin laughed. "Hercufleas it is." Bounding over the table, he hugged the little hatchling too. "Welcome to the Fleemily." "Hooray!" everyone shouted, bundling forward and joining in the cuddle. In the centre, Hercufleas closed his eyes and smiled. He snuggled into Min's arms. He still didn't know what red looked like or what happened on Tuesdays, but he knew he liked hugs, especially from his Fleemily. "Let's give him the tour," cried Fleck, and everyone cheered and nodded. "Show him the living room, show him the boingy-boing room, show him the cellar." "Well, little one," Min murmured in his ear, "where would you like to go?" Hercufleas smiled again, because that was the second thing he had never wondered about. It wasn't just his name he knew, it was something much more important and far harder to explain. He knew why he had hatched, what his purpose was, his destiny. "I want to go on an adventure," Hercufleas cried, and hopping out from the hug, he jumped towards the house hat's front door. "Whoa, now wait just a moment," laughed Min, bounding over and tugging him back. "You can't go outside yet, Hercufleas." Hercufleas looked up crossly. "Why not?" "Because you're only 3 minutes old," she replied, "and you haven't even seen the house hat yet. If you want to go on an adventure, you should probably start in here before you go out there." Hercules thought about it. "I suppose that does make sense," he said eventually. With a cheer, the Fleemily seized hold of him, and before he knew it, Hercufleas was whooshing out of the kitchen to explore the house hat. His Fleemily took him down a hallway and up a staircase, where stamps showing princesses and dukes were licked to the wall like portraits. Hercufleas jumped when he saw the last one on the landing, a ferocious bearded man with smouldering eyes and an iron crown on his head. "That's the Tsar," said Tittle in a spooky voice. "He ruled Petrosia, the land to the north, years and years ago. Nothing left of him now but dusty bones, ruined castles, and creepy portraits." "Stop scaring your baby brother," scolded Min. "I'm not scared," Hercufleas insisted, hopping away from the Tsar as fast as he could. "Look here, Hercufleas." Min opened the door halfway up the stairs. "This is where we sleep." Inside the bedroom were a dozen matchbox beds, spaced around the curved wall like the numbers on a clock. On the headboard of the smallest bed, Pin wrote Hercufleas with an eyelash dipped in ink. Hercufleas liked his bed very much, with its mattress stuffed with mouse hairs and quilt of woven silk and feathers, but he was eager to explore more of the house hat, so off they went again. His Fleemily rushed him up to the top floor, to a living room with 12 comfy armchairs and polka dot wallpaper. Behind another door was a bathroom with a tin cup raised above a candle nub that turned the water hot. "We relax in here," said Itch. "We wash in here." "And up this way," said Pin, leading Hercufleas up a straw ladder to the attic, "is where we have fun." Up in the house hat's highest room, all the walls were made from glued together elastic bands. There the Fleemily bounced and whizzed like a dozen balls inside a lottery machine. They called it the boingy-boing room, and it was their second favourite room of all. "Woo-hoo!" Hercules yelled, hurtling from one wall to the next. He landed by the door and looked up at Min with an enormous grin on his face. Well, she said, why don't you go boingy boingy some more? We'll teach you how to do star jumps, said Tittle, and somersaults, said Itch, and when you're really good, the double pike cross-split topsy-turvy manoeuvre, said Jot. A long, loud gurgling echoed around the boingy boing room. Did you hear that? Hercufleas said. My tummy just said its first word. What does gurgle gurgle glog glog mean? It means you're hungry, said Min. Come back down to the kitchen. Hercufleas shook his head stubbornly. I've already explored there. I want to go somewhere new. Trust us, Min laughed. You've explored nearly all the house at, but we've saved the best bit till last. You mean there's something even better than going boingy boing? Hercufleas said breathlessly as they hopped back downstairs. What is it? Min smiled. It's called dinner, she said. That's the end of chapter 2.